about your collection?
The collection is the Macklowe collection, and the first piece of art I ever bought was from Associated American Art Galleries. It was a print that the owner of the gallery sold me. Sylvan Cole was the owner, and I bought it in 1960 or 1961. It was $125. I did not have $125. And the gallery said, well, you can pay me $5 or $10 a week.
A print of who?
And the print was from what was called the Bog de Roar series. It was about animals in the jungle and in the swamp. And I still have that print to this day. So that was the beginning of the Macklowe collection, I guess. And there's always been a kind of point of view of the collection. The art has to be tough and rigorous and informative. And it has to be pleasing and it has to be understood. And that's what I've attempted to do, and that's what the collection, I think, reflects over, it appears to be arithmetically a 60 or 62 year period. Mm-hmm. And the art has become a important, was always and has grown an important part of the life. And when asked, selling this collection, are you going to continue to collect? The answer is yes. Of course, I'm continuing to collect and have started several years ago. When it became apparent that the collection was to be sold, I continued acquiring and have...
Like what?
And have a new collection which really extends and reflects in the same manner, the same way, stimulating, rigorous, and I think even more satisfying, because as I get older, the tastes that I have becomes broader, and I'm able to endorse a larger section of art. So in my senior years, I'm very attracted to color, and I'm very attracted to three colorists that I find extraordinarily provocative. I think Andy Warhol was an extraordinary colorist, was able to develop a combination of colors and a great joy. I also think David Hockney has a boisterous voice within the colors that he creates within his paintings, his drawings, his watercolors. Are extraordinary. I think his craft is remarkable. And another artist that I knew but have really discovered, and I feel has tremendous emotion in the color, is Alice Neel. Yeah. Her paintings evoke emotion through the color, through the gnarled, twisted person in the face that she sees, and has the full emotion that you can feel, and you can also feel that joy and that exuberance, and you can feel the life of the painting. So the subject doesn't have to smile, but the painting itself does. So my earlier collections did not reflect around the colorist theory. It was more...
Except like only 2007.
Well, that painting is just it's just remarkable. there at the senior part of his career. He's painting with a mop. He's showing strength and exuberance, standing on a scaffold and creating art that is so energetic and so emblematic of the flower that he's drawing, of the joy of springtime, of life. The whole visual experience becomes a far more emotional experience than I've ever seen. I prefer that to the Bolsana series, to the black and white. And the remarkable part of it is it's the latter part of his career.
Yeah, it's like Matisse, right? Wanting to play with colors at the end of his life. More and more.
Yes, and Matisse at the end of his life had a great deal of time to think and to reflect because he wasn't really ambulatory. So he was creating with his pointer the decoupage. He was continuing his theme of the graceful arc of the woman's figure and the very refined line that he drew. But Matisse was a wonderful colorist. I think didn't have what I'm referring to. I think probably one of the most exuberant I feel is David Hockney. And I'm constantly attracted. They're beautiful paintings, gorgeous books that have been done and really reflect, I think, a great deal of joy.
Joie de vivre.
Indeed. So I was very privileged to meet, to know David Hockney when he came to the United States from England at first. I wish I had taken his art as seriously as I do now in review and retrospect. So art for me has been a great joy and continues to please me, to provoke me, and to make me feel very, very good, to admire the draftsmanship, to be able to really feel the strength of the artist, whether it's a young artist today or whether it's a Picasso. So.
But in your collection, Picasso is only in sculpture.
There have been Picassos that have come in and out of our collection.
Uh-huh. And you didn't speak about the color of Rothko.
The Rothko colors are very subtle and very calming and evoke a sense of tranquility. The colors that I'm talking about are robust. They, to me, shout springtime, they shout great life, and they become an important part of the message to me.
Bon, merci beaucoup.
Mon plaisir aussi.